Hi everybody. In this video, we'll look at how to implement WhatsApp automation in DWA Commerce. We are assuming you have already seen the video of how to create a template, so we'll not get into those details. Uh, Now, with respect to WhatsApp automation, there are three broad use cases we'll look at. One is you send a WhatsApp template which has quick reply buttons in it. Once the customer clicks on one of the buttons, you can then respond with another follow-up message or a follow-up WhatsApp template. The second scenario, in this scenario, the only difference is that instead of sending 2 to 3 buttons, you send an interactive list, which is basically a combination of at most 10 quick reply options from which the customer can choose an option, and based on that you can again respond back with a follow-up message, which will be another WhatsApp template that you can define. Now, the third use case that we'll go over is if a user sends a text or uses a QR code. This is an example of a QR code. So you can use this if you are in conferences or meeting a people. You can give them this QR code which they can scan, and that will send out a predefined message to your system, and based on that you can share follow-up messages with those customers. So it's like sending a hi, or if you're promoting a specific product, the QR code can have a relevant text along with that. And once they scan, the system understands that yes, they are looking for information with respect to this product, and then you can send up uh, related information to that product or service that you have. So, okay, so let's get into the details. So, click on new quick reply, enter a specific ID that you have in mind, or you can leave it blank. The system will automatically generate an ID. Then enter the title. This will be the text of the button that you will be sending, that the system will send. Um, so let's say WhatsApp messaging. Then select a template. So make sure the template that you want to send as a result of customer clicking on this button is already created. Now you can click on this button to select which template you want. You can select any of the templates that are there, that are already existing into the system. I'll select this. System triggers. This is part of advanced automation, which we'll cover in a separate, which is covered in a separate video. Now the second thing is search main message. Now this is in case you want to use a QR code, and then you enter a brief message. Find out more about. So this text is important when you actually want to use this quick reply button in interactive lists. As I said earlier, interactive list is nothing but a collection of quick responses. And I'll show you how that looks and how that behaves differently. But this is important only if you want to add this particular quick reply in an interactive list. Once you're done, you can click create. So that's as far as this goes. Now let's see how we create a template which uses these buttons. So we'll create a new template. Marketing template. We'll use the standard type itself. Language is whatever your language of messaging is. And I'll use the text header. Otherwise, you have the option of using image, video, audio. Click next. Out here on the right you can see the template preview. Next, if you want the footer in there, optional, go next. And here is what you can do. You can add quick replies. You also have the option to add the click to action button, which is for your website or adding a phone number. We'll choose quick reply button. You can select whatever you want. The, the options you've already predefined. So at most, I think you can add three buttons. That's about it. And this is on the right hand side. You can look at how your template looks like. And then you create button and you're good to go. Now I'll also show you how these buttons look like when you're actually sending it out. So if you see this, now this is the template that we have. These are the buttons. Now the moment you click one of these options, it will send out a message to our system. Our system will understand that the customer has clicked on this button, and we'll send up the follow-up message that you have selected in this. So in this case, this is what I'm referring to. Template ID. Whatever is defined, if whatever template you've selected out here will be sent across to the customer. Now let's take a look at interactive lists. Interactive lists, as I said, is nothing more than a collection of quick responses. I already have quite a few quick responses defined, so I'll create an interactive list. I say demo, and I do create. My template has been created. Now I'll add the option builders. So we add a section, just keep it default, and do create. So this is basically sections that you can create. I think one section is enough. You just do default, and that's about it, or any name that you want to give. Now we'll add buttons to this. Click on add. Now this is the section that we have defined above. Now from here you can select the list of quick responses that you want to add. At most you can have 10 quick responses added to this list. Select, and then I typically use the sequence number to manage the order. Do a create, and then similarly you can add more of these. And I typically use, instead of 1 2 3, I use 10 20 30 40, so that tomorrow if I want to add something in the middle, I can just simply go ahead and do that. So this is how you're creating an interactive list. Now just to show you other interactive lists that I have already created, here we have an interactive list. Now let's look at how to use this in a template. Now we'll again go to a new template, select whatever format, marketing. Now out here you have to use interactive. You select interactive, then select the language that you want, and then say demo interactive list. Click next. Again, now in this you can only have text header. Image, videos, etc. are not supported. Just simply add text out here. Your message. Click next. Your footer, and then you have the interactive button. Out here, now simply add list button. So you can have only one list out here. That's about it. If you have list, you can't add anything. Nothing else works, I guess. So you select the list that you want. On right hand side again, you can see your preview and simply hit create. Now let's look at how our interactive list looks. So if you look at this, this is how an interactive message looks like. A message with this is how a message looks like which has interactive list. It says click here. I click on this and I see these options. Now this is what I was referring. This is what you see on top is the WhatsApp message. This is the title of the button of the reply. Now second is the brief that we had entered. So you don't really require brief if you're not going to use the quick reply button in interactive lists. If you have interactive list, only then you need the brief. So you have the title and the brief out here. Now customer wants to select something, they hit a message and it will automatically send the follow-up message. So this is about the second use case. So this is the second use case that we had talked about. Now let's look at the third use case. Now in third use case, uh, now in these two use cases, what is happening is you're sending a message, and once the customer clicks on those message or selects one of those options, a follow-up message is sent. Now in case you are going to a conference or a meeting, right, where you want people to know about your business, what you can do is you can create a QR code. And as I've shown you, this is a typical QR code which anybody can scan. This will send a message to WhatsApp business on our system, and our system can then reply. So let's go to a quick reply, and let's take this. Now this is a quick reply button that we have created. We can define the follow-up message. I've defined it out here. Now to make sure that the customer can use a QR code, you need to one, make sure this is set to yes, search main message, put this to yes, and second is make sure you click on this. Now click on this and it will ask you to generate a quick response button. I typically use the PNG format. It's easier. And I click on create. Don't change this, leave this as is, and click create QR code. Now, okay. So there are two things that have come up. One is this URL. Make sure you copy this somewhere. Second is this QR code. Make sure you save this somewhere too. You can do a right click, save image as, and save this. This image will not get generated again. So make sure you save this absolutely. This URL is something you can come back and click manage QR. It will show you the URL. So this is still accessible, but this image will not come back. So you can use this QR code, circulate it around to your friends, to your prospects, to your customers. They can scan it, and the moment they scan it, it will populate their WhatsApp, and but the text message, this DWA Commerce in this case, will show up there. They have to hit send. The moment they hit send, our system will identify that and reply back with this template that is defined. So these are the overall three use cases typically that you can use to implement automation. There are other advanced use cases which we'll talk about in advanced WhatsApp automation video. Thank you. Once you're logged in into DWA Commerce, go to WhatsApp and then click on Quick Reply.